manifesto sheds more light into the mind of a would-be assassin. Time for the Streamline. Everything you need to know in 10 minutes or less. Investigators say 31-year-old Cole Allen, the suspected shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, sent a letter to his family with plans to target the entire White House administration. He called himself a, quote, friendly federal assassin. Law enforcement sources say he took a train from L.A. to Washington. He checked into the Washington Hilton where the dinner was being hosted, and officials say he walked down 10 flights of stairs with a duffel bag full of weapons to try and get to the ballroom. Agents tackled him after Allen sprinted past security checkpoints. In an interview Sunday, President Trump described how it all unfolded from his point of view.
He was fast. When you look at it on tape, it's almost like a blur. We heard a big bang, and it was either a gunshot or it was a tray of dishes, which happens a lot in ballrooms. And I was hoping it was a tray, but it wasn't.
A Secret Service agent wearing a bulletproof vest was shot during the attack. That agent is okay. Allen is expected to appear in court today. Now, Allen has several ties to Southern California. He's from Torrance, and he has degrees from both Caltech and Cal State Dominguez Hills. Helicopters flew over his parents' home in Torrance Saturday night, where the FBI was serving a search warrant. A White House official says Allen bought 2 handguns and a shotgun from a gun store in Lawndale. He kept those weapons hidden at his parents' house without their knowledge. Neighbors also had no idea he was such a threat.
What's more surprising is all the neighborhoods in the country, right? And this person is 2 blocks away from your house. That's the more just kind of crazy.
Allen's LinkedIn page shows he's a tutor at C2 Education in Torrance. They sent a statement to Scripps News Group saying, quote, "We were shocked to hear the news of the horrifying incident that transpired at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. We are cooperating fully with law enforcement to assist them in their investigation. Violence of any kind is never the answer."
And President Trump says his plan to build a ballroom at the White House is needed more than ever after Saturday's shooting at the D.C. hotel. On Sunday, the Justice Department called on a historic preservation group to drop its lawsuit blocking construction. Department officials say the shooting at the Washington Hilton shows the planned ballroom would provide the space needed for the safety and security of the president. Sources told CNN, however, the group is not willing to drop its case. We want to go now to the war in Iran. President Trump will meet with his national security team today after canceling a meeting with negotiators in Pakistan. Peace talks remain stalled right now. Iran's foreign minister is meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin today to boost Iran's alliances. Iran says it will not negotiate until the U.S. ends its blockade of Iranian ports. But President Trump says the blockade will not end until there's a peace deal. The Strait of Hormuz remains closed and oil prices continue to climb. Now, here in San Diego, we're closing in on a pricey milestone. The average price for a gallon of regular right now is just shy of $6, $5.99. That is up 14 cents from last week. Nationally, the average price for gas is $4.11. That's a 7-cent jump from last week.
This November, California voters will decide whether to add a voter ID requirement to the state constitution. If passed, it would require voters to show a government issue ID at polling places or include identification numbers on mail-in ballots. San Diego Assemblyman Carl DeMaio led the petition to get this on the ballot. He says requiring voter ID will restore trust and confidence in our election system. Critics say it will make it harder for some people to vote. Now, right now, voters need to provide an ID and a social security number when they register. As we near the season of summer road trips, make sure to watch your speed, because if you get a ticket, the fine is just the first thing that'll cost you money. Scripps News Group's consumer reporter John Matarese looks at the true price of a speeding ticket.
No one budgets for a speeding ticket, especially when you're on summer vacation. But what you may not realize is that $100 or $150 ticket can end up costing you a lot more money down the road.
The last ticket I got was $278.
Speeding tickets, like everything else, are more costly.
And it was from where it dropped from 70 to 55.
At this highway rest stop, plenty of travelers had tales of being pulled over.
$280. What'd you think of that?
I always think the tickets are too high.
But for driver Craig Morganroth, that $280 ticket was just the start. Before you get caught speeding or running a red light, remember this figure, $1,500. That's how much your insurance could go up over the next 3 years, according to Alex Gergis, founder and CEO of the platform Off the Record.
A single ticket can raise your premiums from 20 to 30%.
Gergis says most drivers never contest a traffic ticket, even when they feel they were wrongly fined.
Most people think of it as paying an electricity bill or taking care of a chore, but you are adding a conviction to your driving record.
Off the Record is one avenue for fighting traffic tickets.
When you come to us with a new ticket, we connect you with the lawyer that is most likely to win your case.
Whether you go it alone or hire an attorney, Gergis says don't wait. Start the process of fighting a ticket that day. He adds that your behavior during a traffic stop matters. One silver lining after paying a costly ticket, paying more attention to the speedometer.
I'm slow down anyway because she doesn't like me going fast.
That way you stay safe and you don't waste your money. John Mattery, Scripps News Group.
Of course, you could always just not speed. And that's your ABC 10 News Streamline. Everything you need to know today in under 10 minutes.